we're going to talk about retail versus investment strategies and mentality of the buyer, and how one looks at that as an investment from an investment lens, and from a retail, or just somebody that's a Joe homeowner, we call it, just getting into a house.
Yeah, it had a pretty good example earlier. What was it we were talking about?
Do you remember? Okay.
So the scenario had a client reached out who wants to purchase a house at a significant discount, which is possible. But it really depends on your goals and what you have in front of you. For example, I don't want to name any names, but this particular home buyer should be shopping retail, but his mindset was wholesale. And to purchase a house at 5 or 10 or 20% under market value, you have to apply certain investment strategies in order to obtain that. And in a scenario for an investor, time is probably one of the best negotiations, lever points, and way to get an opportunity in the market. If you find a house and you fall in love with it, that's great. But if you're willing to pay retail or even greater than retail, when you're looking at a home for sale, you want to look at it as, what are your investment numbers? Why are you buying this? And what numbers make sense for you? And you have to hold true to the numbers. And the sellers at that time may not be motivated to sell it for that price, and that's okay. You need to go find 10 other properties and then look at it as an investment strategy. If you choose 10, run your numbers, put offers that make sense for your strategy. One of them is going to pan out in time. It might be 1 week, it might be 1 month, it might be 1 year, but if you're emotionally invested in one home and you want something to happen, you can't force that, right? I'm just saying, screw the deal up for yourself, because if you're, too eager, you put in too many offers, you call many times, right? The homeowner knows that you're extremely motivated. You're showing signs of eagerness. And if that's the case, that's fine, but pay retail, right? Or 5% off. But, to get a really good investment number that matches what you're looking for. If it's 10 or 20, whatever the number is. And sometimes the home seller is selling a home overpriced. This happens a lot. When you're selling a house, you can sell a house wholesale, retail, or even greater than market value. So when homeowners are looking at the market, sometimes they see houses that sold for above market value because of the condition and the marketing and just the location of that house. It's sold for a premium, and they want that number, but they don't have the same attributes that home does, but they will still put their home at that price hoping to get that number. And the home may sit on the market for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 3 months. And what happens in this scenario, home sellers go through a journey, and at some point they realize, wow, I'm not going to get that number. How long it takes for that reality to kick in or not, you don't know, and you can't force it, right? You just have to let it happen for them to go through their process, and they may decide not to sell the house, or they may decide to lower the price of the house. Now, what happens is when a seller lowers the price of the house, it does show willingness to sell, and that will attract buyers that are looking to get a deal. It brings in a different type of buyer. Now, how many times and how much do you lower the price will determine how many people come after that house. And if you're looking to purchase a house for an investment, you have to play the investment mentality and strategy and not get emotionally invested. It's business, it's numbers. Stay logical, put a game plan together, and keep the emotions out of it.